With the Women's Social Service, I actually started permanently in 1991.
With the cemetery boards there, I've been on the board now for 7 years approximately.
I have been in choir since 1986 when I first joined the church.
It's been a long time, but I found the date that I joined, but I haven't found it back.
This is my 6th year on the Board of Christian Education.
I have been going on mission trips for 5 years since 8th grade, and I have also been singing in choir since 8th grade.
We've been in Bell Park for 4 years.
I have served on the Women's Retreat Committee for 10 years. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary, and I was one of the original members on the original committee.
Last year I helped with VBS, and that was a lot of fun. And I have been in the choir since I was just as long as I can remember in God's Kids.
I've been part of Lay Life and Play for about 20 years. Awesome. Hard to believe. I know I'm not that old, but all of a sudden I started backtracking, and yep, I think it's close to 20 years.
Oh gosh, several years. I'm gonna guess probably close to 14.
With Faith Quest and with teaching Sunday school, along with babysitting and nursery, it's been around 3 years.
Sharing meals, I began investigating and doing some background work in early 2009, and we had our first sharing meal with the homeless people in December of 2009.
When we would sing like a really good song in choir, and you just stand up there and sing, and you look out and you see smiles on people's faces, and you know that what you've been doing is worth it, is worth your time and theirs too.
First of all, I'd say the most important highlight has been the opportunity and the privilege to work with so many people at St. John, very special people, and I've been doing this now for approximately 50 years, I guess, overall.
My fun is seeing them finally go through their small groups and then into confirmation, because obviously I've been in the program and been a youth advisor since my kids were little, so I've seen all of these kids grow up throughout the church, and it's just so neat to watch their faith journey.
Meeting so many lovely people and all the fellowship we have together.
Well, one of the highlights, of course, is it's just great to see the collaboration of so many volunteers working together.
We got involved with the 67s. That was our first, thing that we did, and everyone was like, "Oh, God bless you." And because we were hanging out with the 6th and 7th graders, and I think that they're like the best kept secret, because we really enjoy them, and
they were awesome.
And we love the relationships that we formed with them. So even the things that might be scary to someone else might be exactly what you were looking for. Mm-hmm. So while they could have really scared us off from that, it was actually we took the challenge, and we're very glad we did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seeing the little kids grow in their spiritual life makes you grow in yours, and it's really cool to see them have those God moments.
Instead of just being able to come and worship, we are now with the communion. I'm part of the worship service.
Part I like about the committee is that they ask if we can do something, and we say, of course. Then we have to figure out how to do it.
Back about 14 years ago, I was on the Sanctuary Renovation Committee, and that was a special thing, and obviously the church condition right now is a result of that effort back 14 years ago.
In Faith Quest, we go to different classes. We sometimes do science experiments, and I really like science, so that's what's fun about it.
I had worked before with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders and storytelling and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, are they getting any of this? And it's kind of, now that I'm starting to do this, you kind of see that they maybe did catch on to a few things, and they want to know more.
That you get to walk down the aisle and lighting the Christ candle.
Well, it makes me feel good that we can
participate in the service and like worship for God, like musically, like, and I just like being able to do something in the service.
I agree. It feels totally good to give back to the church.
Yeah.
I express my love to God through music a lot more, with violin and singing. So it's kind of given me a way to just show, you know, who I am in a way that I really enjoy.
Well, I enjoy coming here to this church, you know, to this complex, and so it just seems to be getting stronger all the time.
One common thread running among retreat to retreat, from retreat to retreat, is the fact that we all bond together at the retreats. We all just really come together and we share in the joy of our Lord.
They're really fun, and it makes all the work more fun than when you do it with a bunch of cool people.
To me, God speaks to me in voice and song. I really feel God gave me a talent to sing, and when I sing is when I feel closest to God.
We've been studying this book by John Ortberg, If You Want to Walk on Water, You've Got to Get Out of the Boat. And he talks about the winds that come and blow you in directions or places that you don't expect to go, and you lose focus. Your focus should always be on God. And
it helps you connect, and it helps you live out your faith.
I think it's a continuation of my spiritual life, because when I was younger, I grew up in the church, and when I was younger, there was a lot of people that gave more time than I'm given now. That are because of them. That's why I'm here now. And
because it brought me closer to God. And on Sunday mornings when I'm setting up coffee hour, that's my quiet time with God.
I jump at any chance now that I get to volunteer. I like to try and influence other people to help volunteer too. Hopefully be a role model to helping them go and volunteer.
It has given me a greater appreciation for the benefits that I have, and it has taken away some of the prejudgment that we have of people. Because as you talk to these people and learn their circumstances, there's many, many things that affect the homeless people.
It makes me feel better about myself, and it was through some mission trips, because of all the preaching we do along with it, it kind of fits.
Your church life would be entirely different if you did work with other people.
Watching other people in their own faith walk and being inspired by that has helped me to walk on my own faith journey and improve my own relationship with God. I think it's been real nice just to be able to provide meals and participation for members and guests and members of the community.
The great thing that I've loved about the volunteering is, you go into it and you think, especially in the roles that we've had, where you think, oh, we're going to help these kids become more spiritual, and really it's reversed. They help you become more spiritual.
And knowing that, well, maybe I will touch a kid like a volunteer has touched me.
There's no better way than getting involved in meeting new members, because you're working toward a goal and you feel so good to be a part of the accomplishments that come from being a part of a team.
It ties me to the other congregation members. They come and on the work days, and we work fast, but we recognize each other in the congregation then.
The variety of committees and boards and the other activities that go on around here, I think for basically my lifetime, reflects the love I have for St. John and for the members of St. John. And I seem like I have, during the course of my prayers, always asked a special favor of God to give me a few more good, healthy years that I can serve God and serve others.
When I was little, I used to see, you know, the volunteers and those volunteers. I remember them touching me, and, you know, I don't know if this place would have been so much of a second home to me as it is had it not been for them.
Just do it. Don't wait and for somebody to ask you. Just do it and join whichever group you might, and it's very rewarding to be a part of something else, to help others out.
Jump right in.
I would say there's so many different things that you can do. They they have programs set up where, you know, anyone, even, you know, from the little kids all the way up to, you know, our oldest member, you know, there's things for everyone to do.
Don't be scared to join, because that Miss Joseph will help you all the way.
You get so much more out of it than you give. So many different opportunities to have here. You can try it. If it's not your fit, you move on and you try something else. But don't be afraid to try, because it's incredible.
Say do it. Go ahead and do it and get involved, even if it's a little bitty something. I know I started out, first thing I did was drive the church van. And if everybody in this church found one little thing that they could contribute to, or one little thing that they could do, every base would be covered, and it would be terrific.
I would say acolyting's fun and you should do it.
To embrace every opportunity. You never know whose life you're going to be changing.
You definitely need to do it. It'll change you and you'll have a good time.
Everybody's here to lend a helping hand. We will show you what the tasks are. We will help you and everything. But don't be afraid of it. Try it. We love volunteers.
Go on a mission trip. We especially need men. We always seem to struggle with having enough men, adult leaders, and I'm sure the kids would love to interact with more of the adults in the church.
To plug in and join and become part of that unit, because becoming part of a unit in a big church is really important to feel like you belong.
We are all ministers. We may not be ordained like Reverend Zook and Reverend Menerick, but we are all equipped by our God to serve others, to serve our brothers and sisters in Christ.
Do it. It's super fun. I love it.
But the end result is you get way more out of it than you give.
It's the best way to get to know your church, to know your people, to know what's going on, and to get so much enjoyment out of it that in the long run, what good you do is so valuable to the church and also to yourself, because it makes you a better person, a better friend, and a better person for God.
I would say please come and join us.